What's going on, guys? David here. I'm outside the High Wycombe Leisure Centre to film HELVECIA, well actually the all-star team featuring pretty much all HELVECIA futsal players against the Brazil national futsal team. This is going to be absolutely epic. Make sure you catch this. This is all coming up on this episode.
Senio that time has given the ball away, 15 seconds. It's Restrepo is the 1 moment left to go for the All-Stars. Restrepo, excellent footwork, brilliant goal! Well, that's something for the All-Stars to celebrate. Camilo Restrepo with a moment of magic.
Did you see Camilo's goal?
It's crazy.
The
goal was great, it was really good.
Yeah, really good. So we got an assist, man. Come on, how you feeling about the
Look at
game
this
against
guy,
Brazil, mate?
record the guy in front of me. Record the guy in front of me, please.
Ruben, quick words, mate.
I'm good, man. I'm good. No nerves. It's a big game, isn't it? So we have to give our best and make them to compete against us. We know the level, but we're gonna try to make it harder for them.
Chaz loves a quick word in the camera. What are you thinking?
No, score prediction. What do you think? What do you think?
13-0 to HELVECIA.
Yeah, about that, I think. I think everyone else is thinking that.
In goal, Roncaglio, Leo. Number 4, Mullen. Number 11, Nunes.
Goalkeeper, there you can see the full squad with their full names. Diego Roncaglio, Alan, Marlon, Mateus, Felipe Valerio, Diego the skipper, Marcenio, Rocha, Pito, Nunes, Ferrao, Artur and Leandro Lino. They are coached by Marquinhos Xavier. For the All-Stars team then, Mario Gazzoli is the starting goalkeeper. The rest of their squad there, Vitor Hugo da Silva, Eduardo Tijerin, Guilherme Monti, Liam Palfreman, Dimala Hoz is the substitute goalkeeper, Camilo Restrepo, Lucas Totti, Claudio Ribeiro, Denison Moreira, Charlie Kuhn, Doug Reed and Ruben Santos. Diego, the Brazilian national team captain, he's been at Barcelona since 2013 now. As is the case for so many of these Brazilian national team players, Diego has an absolute plethora of experience. So we're ready to begin then, ready to get this once-in-a-lifetime occasion with the Brazilian national team experience match off and underway. It looks as though the starting 5 for Brazil is actually going to be Diego Roncaglio in goal, Alan, Diego, Rocha and Nunes. So the game begins. It's the All-Stars in the red as they kick from right to left in this first period of 20 minutes. Coming forward here, whether it is Roncaglio. Roncaglio will go for goal. Palfreman might have the opportunity to shoot, instead plays to Denison, and the All-Stars will play out. Denison sets that one back for Lucas Totti. Looking there for the forward ball to Denison. It strikes the ceiling of the sports hall. That's 3 minutes played. It's still 0-0. I think we can already see the pattern of the game which it's going to fall into. Been given away there to Nunes, and there's an option to the right, but Nunes chose to go alone. It's a third stop already for Gazzoli. Back to Diego. Diego looking to take on the defender, and it might have just come off Pal from him there to go behind. Attacking kick and then wide left for Brazil. Again, it's another shot on target, and again it's another save for Gazzoli. First sign of his involvement as Brazil change the on-court four, as Tijerin there does well to skip past Ferrao. Santos tried to set that one back. It was a better sign for the All-Stars as Santos tried to link up with Vitor Hugo da Silva. It's just the tempo at which Brazil move the ball around at the moment, which is really evident. It's pulling the All-Stars about, as you would expect. Ferrao here still wasn't the cleanest of connections on the strike. Something else to note is the fact that the ball has been in play. It's as though we're going to have a timeout here then called by the All-Stars boss, Leandro Afonso, and really a first little breather for either side. Stuart Cook there involved in the coaching setup for the All-Stars alongside Leandro Afonso and the event organiser Andrew De Santana. Claudio Ribeiro there on the near side to the picture, the number 11, as we take a look now at the Brazilian camp. But they'll certainly know that they're in a game here. Mateus Tijerin again with a strong challenge. He's been a standout performer for the All-Star team so far. It's been given away there by Ribeiro. This spells trouble, and that spells the first goal. Marcenio, the scorer for Brazil. As soon as Ribeiro made the error, you knew what was coming next. Marcenio of Barcelona gets the game's first goal. Marcenio with a good ball up there. Around Dennison, but not around the goalkeeper from Ferrao. Again, though, his quality at the forefront of it all. Collected there by Marcenio, but only momentarily. He's given it away to Tijerin. Tijerin first tried to find Ribeiro. Now here is Claudio Ribeiro for the All-Stars. He's still there for Charlie Cooan in battle with Ferrao, who got back well. Cooan with the touch too as it goes forward for Pito, but back with Gazzoli and Tijerin again. It's a lightning fast pace to the game. Artur up against Dennison this time, bypasses Dennison. It's Lino, and it's blocked away well. It's back though for Artur, and in on the line, but it's not going to stand. Handball from Marlon. It looks as though that was the decision from the near side official. Artur's effort, and immediately the appeals went in for handball. It stays at 1-0. Brazilian goalkeeper Roncaglio certainly thought it was going to stand. Had to get back quickly in the end, Roncaglio, as the All-Stars restarted with the resultant free kick. For Brazil, it's given them an opportunity to just reset back behind the ball, and so far the Brazilian goal is yet to be troubled, but it might be here around the goalkeeper. It's a big chance, and it's 1-1. Vitor Hugo da Silva brings the game level. Smash and grab for the All-Stars. And Vitor Hugo da Silva rolls home into the empty net. What a piece. Just as I was saying that the Brazilian net hadn't yet been troubled, well, on the first occasion it was. The All-Stars draw level. No time for complacency though. Can the All-Stars get in at half-time 1-1? Options left and right there, but opted to go alone. Valerio was just caught, as well as he unleashed for goal. Misfired in the end, but it was a foul. Monty with that challenge. It was a bit of a needless one in the end. There was also a rolling foul added to the Brazilian count just there first. as that chance for the equaliser came about. Artur then stands behind this for Brazil. Options to the left, but Artur plays that pass across. It's an excellent goal. Really well worked, and Marlon finishes it off. To the second post, and no missing from there. All Stars defence were just completely caught out. The goalkeeper was bypassed, and Marlon restores Brazil's advantage. Has 3 goals in 5 Champions League games this season, Marlon, and on the mark here in this Brazilian national team experience exhibition match in England. In front of the packed out crowd here at the High Wycombe Sports Centre, Brazil restart the game. Artur collects again on the right flank to be able to come inside onto his left foot. Marlon with the second Brazilian goal, and the pressure there from Santos. It's back though to Marlon, and still he goes on, and it's 3-1. It's put away in the end by Leandro Lina. Brazil just too quick for the All-Stars defence to deal with. 3 goals for Brazil and 3 different scorers in that as well. Leandro Lina on the mark this time. Just too quick in the way in which Brazil there move the ball around, and a brilliant finish as well. No chance for Gazzoli. Cross from right to left. Artur makes the run towards the back stick. It's given away there though to Denison, but the All-Stars will need to be quick if they are to create an opportunity, and they're not going to with a pass like that. Ribeiro had made the advancing run down the left wing, but it looks as though that then is going to be that for this first half. The final couple of seconds will just be played out, and there the buzzer sounds to bring this first half to its conclusion. It was played at such a fast pace, lightning quick from start to finish in that first 20 minutes, and Brazil got off to a good start with Marcelinho's opener. They were pulled back though when Vitor Hugo da Silva equalised for the All-Stars with what in truth was probably the All-Stars' only opportunity of the half, but then goals from Marlon and Leandro Lina mean at half-time it's Brazil 3, the All-Stars 1.
This is playing, it's 10-0 already. Make sure you cut that. You're not gonna do it.
No.
Remember when I said to you, they created the line here? My first man never go to try to take the ball here. You need to understand, your job is make this guy make the ball there. Here, yes, 1v1. Here, yes. So, Artur, he's a left. You want to go there. You want to do this to finish the goal. Huh? But let him go to the line. Because Mario 3 times.
Better line in the middle.
Exactly. Yeah. Imagine your thing. If he go the line, he beat here, okay? But his body is gonna be face to where? Face to there. Pay attention one thing. Pay attention one thing. Ball here. Ball in the goalkeeper's hand. If the goalkeeper play with him, opposite, he start to come in the middle. Camilo. There. Simple. Now transfer, parallel. All here. Go out. Simple. The mark.
Oh my God, he beat me down the line.
I thought I was quick off the mark. I thought this guy was quick off the mark. That guy is Diego.
Thierry, he's gonna put it on the group chat every single day until UEFA. Until he does something in UEFA. This guy is crazy. Well, he's gonna show his kids, everyone.
Well, you're gonna sit against Brazil, yeah?
You got it on camera.
Yeah. Of course I got it on camera.
Welcome back then to the High Wycombe Sports Centre for this Brazilian national team experience exhibition game. Brazil 3-1 to the good against the All-Stars at half-time as the 2 sets of players return back out onto the court. And a smile there on the face of the Brazilian boss, Marquinhos Xavier. With a 2-goal advantage, his side going into this second half. Goals in that first period from first Marcelinho, then Vitor Hugo da Silva with the equaliser for the All-Stars, but soon after Marlon restored Brazil's advantage, and Leandro Lino was on the end of Marlon's pass for the assist. Arsenio on this near side. The first goal scorer also amongst the starting 5, as is this man now with the ball, Pito. Cross onto the far side. And back to Pito again. Brazil then kicking from right to left in this second half, but Pito there has given the ball away to Denison. His shot on goal though was just rushed, whether it was a shot in the end or a cross-come shot meant for that man there, Camilo Restrepo. His minutes were limited in that first half, but Restrepo here on from the start of the second period. Mateus goes for goal and finds the bottom corner. A brilliant strike from the Brazilian number 6. And right at the start of this second half, it didn't take long at all. Mateus finds the net. It's a 4th different scorer now for Marquinhos' side. And just the start to the second half that he would have wanted. It's a dreadful one in that for the All-Stars. Were just a couple of minutes ago before the restart. But it's the All-Stars breaking away here. Forward from De Silva. It's only into the side netting. That was a promising moment though. Guilherme Monti on the end of it. For the All-Stars, it was a good diagonal ball from the scorer, De Silva. Denison with good hold-up play that time. Back to Monti. Nice turn too from De Silva. Restrepo advancing forwards, but no foul. It was outside the penalty area anyhow, and no real appeals at all from Camilo Restrepo, the All-Stars number 9. Arsenio went on the overlapping run, that opened space for Mateus, and at the end of it all, Brazil have another kick in. Again, it's a similar pattern to this second half as was to be expected, that we saw the game fall into in the first. Pito toying with Palfreman. Pito picks a good ball too, it's a save initially, but it's in on the follow-up. Mateus with 2 goals since the restart. Brazil now 4 goals to the good. Mateus has scored them both since half-time. It's a good stop initially from Gazzoli, the Paraguayan goalkeeper in the All-Stars net, but nothing he could do to keep out the second. Quality coming to the forefront again for Brazil. Quality in abundance that is on show here today. They're involved in the winning of the ball back, but Monti got back well. It's had a play for the kicking. Given away there to Ferrao with space to advance into. It's Ferrao for Brazil, and he finds the bottom corner. The world's best player with another very special goal. Never missing that one, Ferrao. And after the mistake to give the ball away, it spelled danger, it spelled trouble. 3 goals in this second half already, and for the time at which it took Brazil to get their opening goal, it certainly hasn't been the case in this second half. Lofted across, it was taken down well by Mateus on a hat-trick now. The Brazilian number 6. Ferrao with the latest Brazil goal looks to set that one up. It comes back to Ferrao. And it's 2 goals in a matter of as many minutes for Ferrao and Brazil, who are really taking this one by storm. Pito's shot saved, but Ferrao wasn't going to miss from there. (7-1) now. Captain play over on the far side as we've still played less than 6 minutes. The goalkeeper Gazzoli out of his penalty area there. Creeping closer to the All-Stars net and finding the corner too. Nunes adds his name to the score sheet. Just that explosive pace of acceleration away from the defender. And on the mark with the finish. 8-1. And it really is turning into a Brazilian spectacle showcase now. Santos with a few step overs, continues forward down the line, Santos, but was just nudged away from where he wanted to go by Diego. And Brazil can counter again. Good turn, tries around the goalkeeper Rocha. And denied by Mario Gazzoli. There's 2 more changes for the All-Stars, one of those back on the goal scorer, Vitor Hugo da Silva, Palfreman the other. The All-Stars coming forward in the space here as well. Oh, it's against the post again. Diogo da Silva that time denied, and that's twice now in the last few minutes that the All-Stars have struck the woodwork. Immediately the All-Stars have to get back and on the back foot. Marlon. Diego again, forward down the line, across that one goes, it was into the penalty area and Diego was sent clattering into the advertising boards. The All-Stars look to break away before Brazil can get all 5 back behind the ball, what they do now. There've definitely been more periods of possession like this though for the All-Stars in the second half. With their slightly higher engagement line too. Forward there and a cross, but it was behind Vitor Hugo da Silva. Palfreman into da Silva again. Da Silva holding off the defender, plays that one back for Diogo da Silva. 2 da Silvas both involved for the All-Stars. Held up by Palfreman. Back to Diogo da Silva. Good strong challenge from Marlon in there. It's a foul in the end, just a bit of an over-eager effort to get the ball back. This was the opportunity for the All-Stars to find the net again, and agonisingly close. Timeout then here being called by the All-Stars. Just over 6 minutes left to play. Leandro Afonso opting to call his second half timeout. Brazil still 7 goals to the good. It's probably a good time to mention that the Brazilian footballers Lucas Moura and Richarlison are both in attendance here today. Both of those, Lucas Moura and Richarlison, having played futsal in their youth careers. With their training set up and an opportunity for English coaches to take in the wise words of Brazil boss Marquinhos Xavier. Really valuable experience. Marquinhos mentioning that he feels as though his side are making a good contribution to countries across the world in which they travel to similar exhibitions like this. Scorer for London HELVECIA at the weekend in their 5-1 win over Hartby Charlie Cohen. Silva to take this kick in. Ferrao still amongst the substitute bench at the moment for Brazil. Just wonder whether he's being saved for that double header with Spain. Did look as though he might have just taken a slight knock in the first half as well. The possibility as to why Marquinhos is just resting his star man, but there's so much quality, strength and depth to pick from for Brazil that at this stage don't need him. Ribeiro. Held up there though by Lino. As we're closing on the final 30 seconds. And then this one will be done and dusted. It wasn't all straightforward for Brazil in that first half. Yes, they were on top for the whole 20 minutes. But 1-1 at one stage. After Da Silva's goal, it comes back across there. And the forward ball to Lino. Senio that time has given the ball away, 15 seconds. It's Restrepo, is the one moment left in this for the All-Stars. Restrepo, excellent footwork, brilliant goal. Well, that's something for the All-Stars to celebrate. Camilo Restrepo with a moment of magic. Sent the 2 Brazilian defenders. And a trademark futsal toe poke finish. Splendid goal that. It's the 10th of the game. It's 8-2 on the scoreboard. Certainly a moment for young Camilo Restrepo to treasure. Finding to the side netting there from Artur, just a couple of seconds left to be played down. And a round of applause from all round. There sounds the buzzer to bring to an end this special occasion. 8-2 the final score. Brazil running out comfortable winners in the end. There was a brace in there for Mateus at the start of the second half, and Ferrao got 2 as well, with goals 6 and 7 before Nunes added goal number 8. And then that one back for Camilo Restrepo right at the end of it all for the All-Stars. The Hulls got some time on court at the end. So clean sheet intact for the replacement All-Stars goalkeeper, but Gazzoli was beaten 8 times. Full time, the All-Stars here have been beaten by 8 goals to 2.
I want to take 2 on this.
Fucking great guy. I got